Hello and welcome to the Nonsense Chronicles. This is Doug Sashery, and as always, I'm joined by
Rob Mendiola.
Hey Rob, how you doing today, buddy?
Very good, man.
Yeah, it was a good day today. Like our guests that we're gonna have on today, they have this is no big deal weather for them, but for like when we get a high temp of like 68 or so, and
we're low 70s today, so
it felt really, really good outside today. So
yeah, we're cooler than Reno, Nevada today, so that was interesting. That
kind of was an odd, awkward observation there, but
well, I had a friend who said she was 72 or something like that in Reno today.
Oh, that's is this the former DJ?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I saw that. I was like, wow, we're cooler than Reno. That's kind of weird.
I met her years ago through CJ and Jacob. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad to see that she got that gig.
Yeah, Harley.
Yeah. Well, you know that today we are joined by, all the way from Wisconsin, a band called the Almas. Hello,
Yes.
Almas.
Hello, thanks for having us.
Hey, and Crystal, explain who is with us today.
So we've got all four band members. We got Josh, Frank, myself, Crystal, and Andrew.
Well, hey, good to have you all on.
Is Josh
Thanks.
bass or guitar?
Guitar.
Guitar. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we unfortunately don't have a bassist anymore, so it's
Okay.
just the four of us.
Well, we do have a bassist.
Well, we have a computer.
Yeah, that works. A lot of people are doing that.
You know, I do have an old jug in the closet at the house just in case. You know.
Yeah. No, it's working. I mean, you guys have seen y'all live, and it's definitely working still. So keep doing it.
Well, thank you.
I gotta ask
very much.
I gotta ask this question, you know, because this is kind of played on me. Now, see, I'm older, and I was.
We know.
Yes, but I was like, okay, the Almas, because of their age compared to mine, I was like, whose great grandma was this band named after, or whose great aunt? Come on.
But it's Spanish, right? So
Is
that
it?
what? Yeah, it's Spanish.
It is Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
It's Spanish for soul. So.
Yeah.
See, I did not know that. See, you learn a little something every day.
Got to get educated, man.
Dude, all I got is dad jokes, you know. So,
yeah, I know, man.
God,
It's
yeah. I did not know that, you know. And
Yeah.
I've been around a few
a few Spanish people.
for a long time in my life. A big part. I never knew that.
They're around, you know.
God.
Yeah. Well, Alma is a very abuelita name. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandma-like name, so it makes
Yeah.
sense.
There are plenty of Almas cafes around the country.
There
Oh, wow.
are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Alma cities in like most of the states. And
Wow.
Okay, yeah. Now that I'm thinking
Yeah.
about that, yeah, okay.
And you are from New Munster, right?
We are.
Which is that's a cool ass name there for a place.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
Is it a small town?
yeah,
or-
it's a very small town.
Okay.
I always tell people there's only 6 businesses.
Wow. Yeah, that is very small.
There's one church, there's a volunteer fire department, a post office, and 3 bars.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, yeah, that's the
Yeah.
see. That's the thing. When we're going off of my phone, we can't. Rob has the advantage; he can look it up, and I
Yeah.
can't see where it's at. So it drives me insane because I'm the geography. Well, but what I will tell you about Wisconsin is that it's a lot of sparseness, and that was why it makes it the music festival capital of the world. Because God knows they can throw a music festival in the middle of nowhere in that state. They do. They have lots of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've
Just
been,
a big open field and some loud music. People show up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Northwoods Rock Rally, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there and I was headed back to Minnesota to go to see Metallica in 2016. I got a flat on the way back. I had to spend the night in Ladysmith because
Oh,
because they had a Walmart there, but not the kind with the auto center, but they did have a parts place, and the guy was great. Came out and gave me everything I needed to get rolling again. But
And one of my favorite guitars I bought out of Appleton,
right,
Hyde's Music in Appleton.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But we're not here to just talk about our experiences with Wisconsin. We're here to talk about the Almas.
Yep.
So tell us, Almas, y'all have been, God, y'all are
Everywhere.
Yeah, y'all are road warriors. So
Yeah.
when did all this start?
The touring portion, we started heavily touring back in 2019, but the band's been around since 2016.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Now, do y'all work? Are y'all managed by the guy, or is that tour managed by the guy out of Louisiana that I met?
Yep, Nolan. Yep, that's our the band's manager.
Yeah, that's our manager. Yep, and he handles booking right now.
Yep.
Yeah, because we parted ways with our old booking agent, so he kind of picked up the slack, so he wouldn't have any downtime.
Now,
So,
yeah, and I
he's
was
a real good dude.
Yeah, he is, but I was wondering. I was thinking to myself, how does a band out of Wisconsin get a guy from my old home? See, I'm from South Louisiana. You know, we live in Texas now, but I mean, I'm a Cajun from South Louisiana. I'm like, how did you hook up with him out of South Louisiana?
The internet.
Yep, the internet.
Oh, wow.
He found us. He found us online. He liked our online presence. He liked our music. He liked the image. He was like, "Hey, I think we can do some damage if we work together." And so we were like, "Well, let's do this. Let's see what we can do." And it's been a good time.
We've done some damage.
We've done some damage.
Yeah, that's cool.
We originally just talked over the phone for many months, and it wasn't till months later after we had talked that he actually came out to a show down in
I think it was Kansas or Nebraska. Yeah,
Kansas.
it was a tiny little venue that we played. And he just came out and he surprised us. And we are like, "Oh, well, hi."
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's cool. Yeah. So it was cool. But it was months later that I never even met him.
Yeah.
So then,
That's good. You know, if you want my grandfather told me that years ago, if you want the business, you gotta show up, see people in face to face. That
Get in
that
front of
phone
people.
call, that message online, it could be anybody, but go show your face, go show up multiple times, and that's the difference in people. It definitely is.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. That's our whole philosophy. That's why we tour so much. Yeah, we can get to a lot of people through TikTok and everything, but when you shake hands with somebody, you have a conversation that lasts forever. People are always going to remember that, man.
Yeah, and y'all.
And so that's our whole philosophy. That's why we tour so much. We just want to get in front of people and just meet people, man. That's what it's about.
Y'all are very likable, so that is good. Y'all doing that, so I'm
Well,
sure it
thanks,
doesn't
man.
work for everybody. Getting in front of people because some people aren't great with people, but you guys are very likable. So
Yeah, I think they're fantastic.
thank you.
it's a good tool.
That's a good policy. Now, did y'all? I don't think. Are y'all coming to Lafayette, Louisiana, or y'all just came through?
We are on our way there for a show Sunday, October 29th. We'll be at Atmosphere Bistro.
I might be able to make that because
You can do it, Doug.
I know. I got to be there.
You
got
can
new
do it.
tires.
Sunday.
You got new tires, man.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's the day after the thing over at Montgomery. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I saw that coming up. Have y'all done some shows with the other LA?
We have. We absolutely love those guys. We were
That's a good group.
our last couple shows with them were back in June this year.
That's good.
Last time we played.
I want to say I had talked to Jeff about y'all, but I wasn't positive. But yeah, those kids that stayed at my house, God, when Aria was maybe she was 17 or 16. I think she probably was 17 at the time. And yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because they were based out of Louisiana for
Right.
the longest time. And
Yeah. I only just recently made the connection to the other LA being LA, Louisiana.
that's right.
That's
Yeah.
clever.
That's right.
It's like a light bulb went off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So what's new with y'all? What are y'all doing music wise? What are y'all releasing?
They've been releasing.
Well, we have an upcoming release happening shortly, sometime soon. We're waiting for the official video back before we put an official date out there. But we're going to be releasing our single Lifeline coming up here.
Yeah. And then we've also been working on acoustic sets. We have a couple opportunities where it requires us to play some acoustic stuff for some live television. So we're adapting some of our songs and stuff for acoustic.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then, of course, doing typical van repairs and, merch orders and folding and making and all of that for the upcoming tour we're about to take off on.
Yeah, as much touring as y'all do, I can imagine. Yeah, there's at some point where you've got to turn around and get merch quick enough back, and then
yeah, we try.
Yeah, because you can't wait, because y'all don't stay home very much.
No, we just had a 2-week period between the last tour and this upcoming tour to get it merch restocked. So we were like, all right, we've got this 2-week period, so let's get it in so we can get it all organized and put away, packed in the trailer, and let's go.
We try to strategically plan, and we're constantly counting our merch and go, okay, if we have it shipped here, we can pick it up. But,
That's
constant planning.
They always have a really nice merch booth too.
Yeah, they did. I think I got my wife some merch while I was there. Yeah, from I think everybody that was on that tour with Scotty. I think I did.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a good setup. But just like I said, they are gone all the time. And seemingly, that's why it took us forever to set up this podcast, because their travel plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A date kept getting like, oh, let's do this one. And be like, we can't really make that one work. We got a long drive to do.
Yeah, that's understandable. Like I said, we run across Saturday. Our schedules are pretty flexible, so we can work with anything.
So what do y'all do when you're doing all the miles? Do y'all work on music still? At all?
Well, what, like on the road?
Yeah, on the road.
Not typically.
Yeah.
We're always brainstorming ideas. We're talking a lot about what the next record's going to be like. We start brainstorming ideas. Maybe put down some lyrics, but that's about it, though. I mean, the way we've been writing recently is just in the studio.
It's in the moment.
In the moment, and that's it.
Oh,
so,
wow. That's cool.
Yeah. It's neat. It's tough, but
keeps it organic.
It also. Yeah, for us, it's like, well, now we don't have to worry about necessarily writing on the road or doing that, So we just start brainstorming all these ideas, and once we get in the studio, we'll put them down and figure it out.
So where's the studio? Where y'all recording it?
We're currently recording with producer Kyle Odell out of Nashville, Tennessee. So we worked on him for our upcoming EP that we've been releasing throughout the year so far, and all of these were just recorded in a 2-week period. We just sat down with them, and like Frank said, we just wrote on the spot in the moment. We cranked out a 5-track EP in that time, and it was kind of a crazy process just because our last single that we released prior took us 2 months to finalize and really feel good about. But then we only had a 2-week period in the studio in Nashville, and we came out with 5, and we're like, felt pretty good about it.
Yeah. And we're good friends with Kyle, so anytime we're in the Nashville area, we'll stop by and see him. We'll stop in the city and shoot the shit for a couple hours. But
grab a bite to eat or something.
Yeah,
it's always a good idea. Plus, there's so many people now in Nashville from so many genres of music. I remember telling my brother earlier this year that I said I was going up to Nashville and we were doing a rock thing, and a rock producer I was meeting with, and he said, "They do that there?" I'm like, "Man, everybody's in Nashville now." It's not just country music. Everybody is there now. So yeah, that is kind of cool because it's centrally located. Especially not so much for the West Coast, but anybody that's in the East. Nashville's kind of in the middle of it all. So.
Yeah.
I mean, matter of fact, I can't say who Kyle was working with, but he had to fly out to the West Coast to record a band because they wouldn't come to Nashville, so he had to go to them and bring all the shit
and
everything. And Yeah, so dude's a workhorse, man.
Yeah.
Since we've worked with him, I don't think the dude's ever taken a break ever.
No,
Like,
he's
it's insane.
decided that he's actually going to take off the month of December this year.
Yes.
So
Oh,
he
wow.
just has like a month to himself.
Yeah.
Just do what he wants, hang out with who he wants, see
Yeah.
who he wants, or see no one at all.
Yeah.
That's when we were planning to go in the studio was in December, but finances didn't allow it, so we're probably looking at going in June.
Mm-hmm.
Probably best
God
for
willing.
him too.
Yeah, best for him too, because
That's the key about being the band these days is sell merch, sell merch, sell merch, sell merch, sell merch. You got to, you know.
So all y'all doing music full time? It sounds like it, right?
No, they're not. Not that I know.
well,
Pretty much.
pretty much. I
Pretty
mean,
much.
we have-
60% of our year is being spent in the van on
Yeah,
tours.
I guess that is true. I mean, y'all have jobs, but yeah, you're not the most
Some
reliable.
flexibility.
They're not the most reliable employees because they're gone all the time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good when you can have flexibility.
Oh,
like
that is very good.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's funny. Like we came back from tour and, when I went back to my job, it's been 6 months since I've been there. And so they're
Wow.
like, oh, you're still here. What are you doing?
Wow.
And
that's
so I
cool.
just showed up, business, work as usual and, telling some tour stories here and there. But otherwise, they're just happy to have me because I like to work hard and earn my keep when I am there. So they let me come back after 6 months.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. What about do y'all have any big tour plans that y'all going to be on anybody's tour in 24?
Well, actually, 18 minutes ago, there was a tour announcement from the Cottonmouth Kings that we're going to be going out with them for 5 dates in February.
Nice.
we'll be on the West Coast
Yeah, so we're going to be on
cool.
the West Coast with them.
with Scotty Austin too.
And Scotty Austin and Rehab.
That's
Oh, cool.
So we're going to be hitting like Spokane, Pasco, and Everett, Washington,
Yeah.
Bend, Oregon, and Chico, California.
I had a little insight on that. I knew that they were working with Cottonmouth Kings. I didn't know if Rehab was part of
Yeah,
that.
I think you mentioned that to me.
But
too.
yeah, that's really cool that y'all got on that one. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, we're really excited to be a part of it.
It's a good opportunity because we know it's very hard for us to get all the way to the West Coast, and we haven't yet. Actually, since 2019, we've gotten close, but we've never been into California again, and Oregon and Washington. So it'll be nice just to go back there too, because I know we have a handful of fans who've been wanting us to come out, and it's just the tours haven't allowed us to, And so it's good that I'm just excited to be going back to the West Coast.
No, I think that's actually a good sell for y'all, especially in Northern California and Oregon. I think y'all do pretty well there.
Yeah, we had a great time the last time we were out there.
Yeah.
But like Frank said, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's difficult to tour there because financially it's hard to get out to the West Coast because the states are very big,
Mhm.
So it's a lot of drive time, everything like that, and then
Texas.
California, but California's California, and
Yeah.
everything's 3 times as much there, and you can't
Right.
sleep in the van. So when you go, it really has to be worth your while to, especially do California, and thankfully this tour allows us to do it, and I know hopefully we'll have our own dates in California even after the Cottonmouth run. I'm thinking we're going to have a handful of dates in there. Not sure yet, though.
Yeah,
But
I know we got one in San Diego that's just about confirmed.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's
So why can't you sleep in the van in California? What's up with that?
it's just a weird law that they have because
That
we
is
never
very weird.
did the hotel room thing. So apparently you can like park a tent on a sidewalk and sleep in it, but you
Yeah,
can't sleep
That's
in
where I
your
was
vehicle.
trying to.
welcome to California.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
And
is
you're-
so bizarre.
you're also not allowed to idle.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, like
wow.
semi-truck
Yeah.
idle, you can't generator, you can't do anything.
Yeah,
so
that I can see totally. Yeah. Especially with all the
Yeah,
emission
so
and
it's-
stuff there.
Yeah, that's weird. You
Yeah.
know, that's like I told my wife.
She's not allowed to sleep in the van.
Not that either, but I told her. I told her when the Able guys were through. I said, they came up and they were saying thanks, Doug, and all this. I said, baby, there's a person like me in every state. In other words, there's a house that they go stay at.
Yeah.
That's why you have to develop those friendships so you don't have
Yeah.
to. So,
Absolutely.
so you don't, and in fact, the house that I build now, it was built for hosting before I got married, even, and then
that's awesome.
yeah. So I mean, I do a lot, but yeah, I'm sure y'all know well about that. Whatever state y'all in, y'all usually have a friend here or a friend there, and
Yeah.
like me, they have maybe they may have a couple extra bedrooms, but more importantly, they have 8 or 9 air mattresses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, that's a big deal.
We've been very fortunate. Yeah, we've been very fortunate with people's kindness out on the road, and yeah, it's been great. There's some really, really neat places we've stayed. That's for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, you have to, because man, it's not cheap to tour. Man, gas will eat you alive. And,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, you can't be paying for lousy hotel rooms at that. To any way you can cut your costs on that kind of stuff, that's the way to definitely do it.
Absolutely, man. Amen to that.
Yeah. Now, I guess touch base on this year. You're going to make a. I know you aren't you. I know you coming to Lafayette, but I was trying to think. Was it Mississippi y'all were playing as well?
Yes, we're hitting up. Where is it? Let me find the exact. We're hitting the Juke Joint in Ocean Springs.
That's what I saw.
Coming up. Yeah, Saturday the 28th.
And that would be the 29th would be the show in Lafayette. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
That is correct.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
too
we've
bad.
got Baytown, Texas on Friday the 27th. Then we swing out over to Mississippi, and then we come to Lafayette. And then we shoot over to Austin on Tuesday for a Halloween show.
Where are y'all coming from to get to Baytown?
San Antonio. So we're going to be south. Yeah, so we're going to be in San Antonio, then head up to Baytown.
Well, I'll tell you a little bit more about that after, I guess, this convo. But yeah, we've got you covered if you need it. Definitely. We have
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
yeah, that's where we usually feed and care for Scotty and his kind. Yeah, so but we'll definitely do that. But yeah, God, y'all put some miles on it. I forgot. Yeah, those vehicles only run so long too, because Eric and them who would turn with Shallow Side.
Shallow Side.
Yeah, their West Coast trip got torpedoed because they had vehicle problems out there. Yeah, and that's bad too. You get way out there. I think they were in Utah when it happened. So.
Well,
Oh,
Yeah,
such a shame.
We're crossing our fingers that our old van keeps
The old
going.
jalopy.
The old jalopy keeps going.
how many
I mean,
miles?
she's running pretty good.
Oh, she's running
She's
great.
running strong.
Yeah. Is
we
it gas
give
or
her
diesel?
oil. It's gas.
Oh, okay.
We give her oil change though, literally every 2 weeks.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Smart move.
Yeah, take care of it.
Yeah,
Cool.
because
Anytime something goes wrong, it's getting fixed almost instantly, and with good parts, and and just constant
cool.
maintenance. I mean, matter of fact, tomorrow I got to take it in just for a whole look over. The guys we send it to, if I'm not working on it myself, the guys we send to, they know we're in a band, so they take extra good care to look over everything for us. So.
Yeah,
that's the other good.
Yeah, the safety's paramount for that, because all
Yeah.
of your lives are in one unit,
Yeah, it's smart because
Yeah.
before I take those trips, I went to to the machine when I went to Flint, Michigan, and the UP earlier this year. When I do those type of big trips, I always get just do a safety check to make sure this thing's not gonna leave me on the side of the road 1,500 miles from here.
Yeah, or wheel fly off.
Exactly.
Yeah, when the big trips like that come in, that's always a smart move, and that's all y'all do is put mileage. So yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking at 50,000 miles this year, if not more.
Wow.
So,
Y'all are dedicated. Y'all are dedicated to your craft, and that's a good thing.
So do y'all come from musical families? Any of y'all?
I don't.
No.
I do a little bit. My dad played guitar,
Oh, cool.
and he bands when he was my age. But
Who's talking right
other
now?
than that,
That's Josh.
yeah,
Josh, okay.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah, my dad played guitar and played in bands when he was my age. But
Okay, cool.
other than not really.
Yeah,
There's always music in the house, though.
Yeah.
yeah. I have on my dad's side, I have a distant cousin that is currently in Nashville doing stuff.
Mm.
I don't know exactly what, but I just
Yeah.
know I have a distant cousin.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was sure one of them was going to say
Touch
because
base.
they live in Wisconsin. I was going to, and you know, some of the names I was thinking, you know, one of them is going to tell me, yeah, my uncle up here is in like the polka king of,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
of Sheboygan. You know, I was waiting for that to come out, but yeah,
Is polka big up there?
polka is a big thing up there. Am I still?
Polka?
Yes.
Yeah,
It is. Okay.
polka and
Yes is the
I.
answer.
There's a lot of Germans here.
Okay.
Yeah, we always whenever we're joking with people, we always say we're a death metal polka band.
Oh, how funny. That's nice.
That's our go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, so what kind of band are you? Death metal polka. It always gives an eye raise to
Yeah, they're
people.
Yeah.
Like, what?
the hell? I'm like, no.
I got to hear that.
That's right. I'll be damned. So, yeah, 'cause we were curious because usually a lot of people we talk to, it's usually family influence or they sung in the choir at church.
Yeah, church
Yeah.
is a big one. Church is cranking out some big rock stars.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That's a farm.
Right?
I think it's become a farm system. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done well. But no, we just wanted to promote y'all and push y'all as much as we can, and we will continue to do that. Anything else we can push for y'all coming up?
Just the releases. Yeah, the releases. Just keep an eye out for those.
Mhm.
That's the biggest push. Tell people to like, subscribe,
Come out to
comment,
a show.
and come out to a
Yeah.
show. That's the
We'll
most important thing.
yeah, we'll definitely do that, and I know we'll definitely push the tour because I'm going to be doing company wise something with Scotty next year. So yeah, we'll definitely be pushing that tour. But yeah, we'll do it, man. Y'all have our blessing, and I will try and catch y'all. I will try and catch the Lafayette show if I can. And the
Okay, we'd love to
Well,
see you.
I'd love to see you.
Yeah, and we definitely could do the Baytown show. You know, so that's
Awesome.
that's our east side. But well, anyhow, we'll close off and tell everybody please catch the Almas on
Yes.
Instagram, on Facebook.
You guys are amazing live.
Yes, catch them out live.
Thank
Their music is on every platform. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes, Apple Music.
Yeah, I love what you're doing with your new songs, man. They sound really cool. All the little elements in there.
Appreciate it.
Really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Thank you.
Do not miss this band, and we thank y'all for joining the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for your time. Thank you for
Yeah, thank
you
you.
wanting to talk to us.
You're cool, man.
We definitely will. And yeah, thanks for joining the Nonsense Chronicles, and we will catch up with you soon.
Later.